trap. Anyway, yeah.
No, and what else? Please teach me.
No, it takes forever to teach. Within a year, I could probably have you very competitive, though. Huh?
Now that's a compound bow.
Compound bow.
Did you make that yourself?
No, I didn't make it myself. Well, the reason I have this, it's very old. It's one of the very first compound bows. When these cams kick over, it takes some of the weight off. This one releases about 50% of the weight, so it's still holding open 25 to 30 pounds when you're at full draw. The newer ones with the different cams drop off as much as they have 85% let-off bows. In other words, when it's at full draw, you're only holding 12 to 13 pounds.
Okay.
Which means you can hold it here comfortably on target for quite a long time. The front of the bow here, this is a stabilizer. This works basically the same as a tight rope walker. He can walk like this because he has something that he can balance. This is the same thing with a stabilizer. The bow hunter class only allows you a short stabilizer. Freestyle, you're allowed any length at all. That's why when you see compound bow shooting, you'll see a stabilizer that's quite a ways off the front because it helps to keep the bow stable. And also the energy that's not used when it's transferred to the arrow, instead of being transferred to the limbs, it goes out the stabilizer, so it's easier on the bow. You notice I pulled this thing a few times but never let it go.
Yeah.
You never dry fire an empty bow. It'll destroy it.
Understood. Understood.
Never ever pull it back and let it go without an arrow in it. So those are the basics. When I show people how to shoot, I always start them off with the habits that you have to have in case you shoot in tournaments. In other words, the ability to draw when you draw your arrow here and bring it over the top, because in competition you're shooting in a lane that's 18 inches wide. And if you touch anyone on either side with anything, if the feather of your arrow, you're out.
Okay.
Right? So it's interesting. When I come to the line, I take the weight off of this arm, and so it's got a lot of blood in it. People a lot of times carry their bow like this, and it thinks you're pretty tired after a tournament. You should always relax it. I've got a hooking track that I hook right here that holds my bow up.
Oh, that's a beautiful bow.
It's beautiful. This is a company that used to sponsor me, Martin. They're the #3 bow company in the